Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. For tonight's video, I wanted to do a quick reading for you for the month ahead to provide you with some guidance and perhaps some reassurance, help you overcome some of the things that you may have been facing recently. So if you're new to my channel, I will quickly explain how this works. But if you've been here before and you've seen one of my other card readings, you'll have a good idea of what you need to do. So the cards that we're working with today are the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. I really love this deck, it's one of my favourites. It's kind of an alternative to the traditional tarot cards which I usually use. And it combines a bit of the feel of the oracle cards as well. So this is one of the decks that we're going to be using, and I've used this one in a video before. The other deck we're going to be using, I don't think I've actually used this one in a video before, but these are really wonderful cards. So these are called the Power of Surrender. They're quite direct cards, not offensive, but they certainly get the message across. But it's done with love. Okay. So I've just put 2 decks out today. Each of these piles contains 1 card from each of the decks that I've just showed you. I wanted to keep it quite simple, so we've just got the 2 rather than the 3. I tend to go with whatever I'm drawn to do, basically whatever I feel Spirit are asking me to do, and today it's just 2 piles of 2. So let's flip the first one over and we'll get started with the reading. Oh, sorry, no, I should explain. So if you're new here or you're not sure what to do, I want you to just concentrate on the cards and select whichever deck you are most drawn towards. Are you drawn towards this deck or this deck? Whichever one is calling you more, those are the messages that are for you. Okay, cool. So if that makes sense, we will actually flip them over now. We'll flip the first one over anyway. Okay. This one feels like quite a difficult card. I feel a lot of anger and passion and struggle. So it says that it's about financial and material changes, but I need to talk about the root chakra as well because of the colourings on this card, and it feels like everything has been very rocky for you lately, almost like your world has been turned upside down. So I don't know whether it means that you've perhaps lost a job, or there've been some relationship. It doesn't say marital, it says material. I feel really marital with it as well, so I wonder whether there have been some relationship difficulties as well. But things have just felt quite troubled and not very happy. But I think this card is coming in to tell you that Spirit recognise the difficulties that you've been through, and they're there to support you, and there is change on the horizon. So let's have a look at what it says. Again, if you're not sure what I'm doing here, I always do a bit of an intuitive read first, and then I have a look at what the guidebook says. So number 5 in the red deck. Give me a second while I just find it. So they're the major arcana. No, it's not that one. Okay. It always takes me ages to find the right page with these cards. This proves that I don't pre-select the cards. I just choose whatever comes up. And then it takes me ages to actually find them in the booklet because I don't know what cards are going to come up. Okay. Okay, so number 5 then. The number 5 physical card represents changes, challenges, and losses, usually related to material or financial concerns. You may be losing. Did I say? No, I said material that time. You may be losing some of the things around you, but you must acknowledge and know that besides existing as a physical being, you're an incredible and resourceful spiritual entity. Use your powerful forces within to help you through this difficult period. Everything changes for a reason, and this time isn't meant to be a punishment. Know that your current conditions will transform for the better. A positive question to ask yourself now is, what did I learn from this, and how can I avoid it in the future? Remember that there are lessons to be understood in everything. It's up to you and you alone to decide how long it will take for you to learn them. Certainly not what people want to hear, really, is it? That there's difficult times happen for a reason, but they really do. They teach us a lot of lessons, but yeah, at the time it certainly doesn't feel that way, does it? But you will get through this, and I feel like you already are. Oh, sorry. And then the second card then from the other deck is Surrender to Effortlessness. I think this ties in quite nicely. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. And then the yellow of this card is related to the solar plexus. So I don't know whether you've been kind of having quite a lot of nervous energy in there, or anxiety, I guess, in the stomach area that you just need to let go of. You need to let nature take its course, basically. And the colour of this card as well also tells me that you need a bit more happiness in your life. You need to be able to let go and enjoy yourself a little bit more. And I just realised that these cards don't actually have any meanings in the book. I totally forgot about that. So that's the message, basically, is stop pushing so hard. And just let things happen. And as I said with the first card, I do feel that things are starting to change for you already, and I think you're on the path to recovery from where you've been. So I think the next month is going to be much more positive. Okay, we've got another moody card. Temptation. So again, this card feels like it relates to relationships. So I'm not sure whether you have been having your head turned by somebody else, or if you're not in a relationship, then perhaps you're tempted by somebody who maybe isn't the best fit for you. And I think your head probably knows that they're not suitable, but you're still tempted regardless. Temptation is fine, but we do have to listen to our hearts and our gut, and we have to know what's good for us and what isn't, and only be led towards what will serve a greater purpose for us, I guess. So again, this is related to the root chakra, and I feel very passionate again with this card, and it feels like you're just moving forward and making decisions purely on desire at the moment, and you do need to stop and think. Let's have a look at the booklet for this one. So I think I know. Yeah, there we go. I know where that one is. So it says, through this card, addictions and self-limiting behaviours are being addressed. This is a time where you or someone else in your life may be placing too much emphasis on the material physical world and its pleasures. Even though we're all born connected to the divine source, we have a tendency to pull away from what was once natural. When we become disconnected from spirit, the source that once nourished us, it's often replaced with a different supply or substitute. In other words, the connection is then forged with food, alcohol, nicotine, codependency to someone, or even work, hence the term workaholic. Many of us spend our lives trying to fill the void that was created when the link to the divine was broken. The temptation card is calling you to take a hard look at life and ask yourself, where in my life am I suffering from addictive behaviour? Is there negative thinking or behaviour that's causing the life force to seep out of my soul? Are the people and relationships in my life giving me energy, or are they draining it? Learn to embrace your fears and all of your doubts so that every situation in your life becomes a learning experience. Gaining the knowledge that the physical world teaches will help you transcend to a higher spiritual awareness. And if we were doing the traditional tarot archetypes, this would be the Devil card, which is never as bad as people think. Okay. There we go. That card definitely complements that one perfectly. And I don't think this is just about surrendering to spirit. I think this is about surrendering to nature as well. So once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. So basically, if you are having difficulties with these temptations or these addictions, whichever it may be, give yourself over to spirit, give yourself over to nature, and ask the universe to do what's best for you, for your being, and you'll be pleasantly surprised by the outcome, I think. I also think it would be wise to spend a little bit more time in nature to help you ground yourself. Mother Nature is wonderful for grounding us when we're experiencing any sort of difficulties, when we're feeling sad, when we're having problems in our life. Just getting outside and being amongst nature just really helps bring us back to where we're supposed to be. So I think that'll be a great source of solace for you at the moment. Okay, so that's tonight's video and your reading for guidance over the next few weeks or month. I hope you found this relaxing, or I hope you found some meaning in the messages and they've provided you with some reassurance perhaps. Thank you for clicking on my video today. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. I do lots of spiritual content, lots of tarot readings, information on Wicca. I do lots of reading of books and things in general as well. So if you like that type of content, I would be super appreciative if you could subscribe and like this video. Okay, until next time, you take care of yourself. Bye everyone.